Welcome to 2K Sports. We've got live NBA basketball headed your way on this fine Wednesday afternoon. Here with Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson, this is Brian Anderson. Joining us from the sidelines, Allie LaForce. Here we go. And New York has possession. To the middle. Here's Burke. And he dunks it down.
And that's how you like to start the game. Boom! Straight to the bucket for the easy deuce.
And here's Ingram from the arc. And it's New York with a rebound.
And lockdown defense against one of the best three-point shooters in the league.
And that one's good. Green.
Putting his court vision on full display. Holiday plays the role of floor general pretty effectively.
Now here's Ingram. Over Green. And he can't bank that one in.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
To the inside. Clock at 6. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Misses the one-handed jam. And something that makes SGA so dangerous on offense, his elite drive and kick ability.
Yeah, you have to load towards him when he comes off a high pick. He just draws so much attention and can find another cutter or spot-up shooter. He has so much gravity to his game. Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He will gladly take those.
It's stolen by Holiday. Going inside. Collins with the rebound.
How does such an elite finisher not throw that down? I'm confused.
Outside Ingram. Back to Wallace. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Ingram.
That's a guy you want taking shots. A quality offensive player.
Pass to Burke. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Burke. There's the triple. And the shot's off. 1 for 2 in this one.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Here's Williams. Out of bounds. It'll be New York's ball. And Cleveland making a change here.
Number 12, Kelly Oubre Jr.
1:46 left now in the first quarter. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Gilgeous-Alexander lifting off and hammering it down with all he's got.
Pass to Williams. Collins outside. Now Williams. Halliburton on the wing. Shot clock at 6. Back to Williams. Outside for Ingram. Shoots. No good there. Off the double clutch. And so it's Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He brings it up for New York. There's 57 seconds left in the first quarter. Holiday from long range. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Oubre.
Coming onto the floor for the away team, number 77, Luka Doncic.
Here's Holiday. Clock at 4. Here's Green. Collins with the rebound.
Oh, I can see some miscommunication on defense there very clearly. They were super fortunate it didn't torch them with that mistake.
Now here's Doncic. Outside Oubre. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. And here's Green from the arc. And the three-pointer goes. Green's got 5 points.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
And the call will be against John Collins. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul. Substitution for the away team.
Here's Burke. And he he takes that one up and powers it through.
Boy, I like their energy coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Couldn't come up with a much better start than this. They just have to keep it going.
And so it's New York closing out the
13. The visiting team, 2.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for New York.
So far, they haven't had to force anything. They're swinging the ball around and turning good passing into points.
And not only that, you like how they're turning defense into offense, forcing turnovers and capitalizing.
Here's Halliburton. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
Yeah, nice effort from Halliburton, working to get that point-blank shot.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and that one's good. That makes him 2 for 3.
Getting enough shots in close to play inside out.
Here's Halliburton. Ooh, some solid defense from Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Burke. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Kick out to Brown. From the arc. And the rebound goes to Cleveland. And we played through the first minute here in the second. And Drew Holiday gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game. And Cleveland making a change here.
Checking in for the away team, number 22.
Halliburton right side. Hard with it. Defended by Brown. Out to Oubre. Three-pointer. Knocks it down from distance. Oubre's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. It's Brown on the wing. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Strong finish by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah, and Gilgeous-Alexander is a fighter, someone that challenges the defense and bullies his way through contact.
And Chauncey Billups calls timeout. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. And Cleveland making a change here. Second quarter here, just over a minute and a half played. Halliburton with the ball. Pass to Williams. Outside Ingram. 5 on the clock. Bradley grabs the board. New York leading by 10. Here's Wade, defended by Halliburton. Gilgeous-Alexander feeling it out a bit. Here's Green. And the rebound goes to Cleveland. Collins, high post. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Outside for Ingram. And down it goes. 2 points.
The assist.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second. Here's SGA. And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Defenders just clearing out, and Gilgeous-Alexander came in with a purpose.
Back to Ingram. Pass to Halliburton. On target from range. Halliburton's got 5 points now in the quarter.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to seam it up? Oh, yeah, you're done.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Rejected by Halliburton. Now here's Collins. Here's the three. Outside for Halliburton. And here's Wallace. Collins outside. Sends it home from three-point land.
3 points.
And now it's just a 4-point New York lead.
And sometimes Collins makes this look so effortless, as if the three shot is just that easy.
And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
At the line for two.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
The skills of SGA, they're so unique. His ball handling, shooting, length. Not a lot of guys like Shea in the league.
No surprise there. He's about as automatic as it gets from the stripe. I hope I didn't jinx him.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Back to Collins. And it's New York with a rebound.
That's just the bucket like you expect him to make. It's tough when you miss those.
Here's Wade. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. What a performance for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He has been the story for New York. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one, as both teams trying to gain an edge. Here's Ingram. Kicks it out to Collins. Played it in with a nice touch off the window. Collins has got 5.
Yeah, that's a good look for Collins. I like the offensive approach right there.
Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Collins with the rebound. Cleveland trails by 4. Pass to Ingram. Down low. Kicks it out to Collins. Knocked away. It's stolen by Holiday. And he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule. On the night, he's 2 for 2 at the stripe. That free throw good from Gilgeous-Alexander. And for those tuning in, we're about a minute into this second half. Wade, that's good.
And Holiday takes this responsibility seriously. When someone is open on his squad, he gets it to him.
And Chauncey Billups calls timeout here. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. There's a screen to the paint. Here's Doherty. And it's New York with a rebound. Now Smart. Pass to Wade. Fires for 3. Collins with the rebound. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Doncic left side. Outside Ingram. 4 on the clock. Covington grabs the board. New York leading by 7. It's Covington on the wing. Kicks it out to Smart.
2 minutes remaining.
Pass to Wade.
2 minutes.
Second chance effort. And he takes it up and lays it in. Wade's got 4 points this quarter.
In the NBA, you just can't let guys get to the rim.
And a slam dunk by Ingram.
All eyes on Luka. The defense forgot about his teammates.
In 2024, Luka Doncic recorded 6 consecutive 30-point triple-double games.
That's right, B.A. The first time anyone has done it in NBA history. So if you didn't already believe in Luka magic, well, there's some proof that the magic is real. doing what he can to help shrink the deficit, but it has to be a team effort.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
There's a minute 17 left to play in the third quarter here. On the wing, Wade. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. New York shooting their fourth and fifth shots at the foul line in this game. And he sinks the second. And Ingram has got the ball here for Cleveland. 8-point game. Halliburton outside. Outside for Ingram. Outside, Williams. 6 to shoot. Here's Halliburton. And it's New York with a rebound. They've led by as many as 11. Pass to Wade. And stolen by Williams. Inside, Collins.
You're one of the bright young stars in this league. Collins is aggressive, and he makes plays.
Cleveland shooting their first free throws of this game. And Cleveland making a change here. Good on the second one. And New York has possession. They lead by 7. Picked by Covington. 7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Can't connect from short range. Collins right side. Halliburton outside. Back to Oubre. Pass to Halliburton. He gets it up. What a play! He drains it at the buzzer!
Oh, talk about a timely three ball. They had to stay within reach going into the fourth, and they did.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far. With this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. New York leading by 4. They set the pick. Here's Smart. Oh, yes! Whoa. Throw it down! Oh! And that one is stuffed right through.
Yeah, that just energizes your entire team. Smart is one of those players that just gives you a jolt with his energy.
Now here's Doncic. Pass to Oubre. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Wallace. From outside the arc. Bradley grabs the board.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for New York.
You've got to be impressed with how assertive they are on offense, continuing to cut hard to the rim time and time again.
Yeah, they've also worked at pounding the ball inside. It gave them high percentage looks all game, and it's paid off.
Now here's Halliburton. Misses the 3. Smart with the ball. Halliburton picks him up. Here's Covington. That's in. Coming off an assist from Smart. Covington's got his first bucket in this one.
Oh, stepping in. Just a quality shot selection there by Covington.
And Chauncey Billups calls timeout. He's looking to make some very important adjustments here. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
During that break, Coach Chauncey Billups had some advice for the team. He really emphasized rim protection. He said to his guys, I want us to cut down on the easy looks inside. No more of that. It's a simple ask that could have a big impact.
Thanks for that, Allie. The finish inside from Halliburton.
And this is how competitive Halliburton is. Doesn't allow some contact to distract him from scoring.
The drive by Smart. And a two-handed jam.
A I'll tell you, a little extra pressure on D when you're up against a point guard who can elevate.
It doesn't make it easy, does it?
Yeah, hard to strategize for a guy who can make a pass or a play like this right in your face.
Personal foul. First team foul.
And a little over a minute and a half gone by in the fourth. Williams' shot is good.
And he has to build on this because we can see where him being a ghost out there has gotten them so far.
Here's Wade. Outside Covington. Jacks up a three. Gets the three ball to go. Covington's got 5 points now this quarter.
Yeah, I love seeing Covington make fast decisions, wasting no time firing off the catch.
Third personal foul. Second team foul.
Ingram on the wing. And stolen by Covington.
They've got to tighten up the ball control. That pass was just too easy to defend.
Back to Wade. Launches it from deep. And again, New York with the triple.
Yeah, credit to Covington for watching the floor there and giving it away to a better position shooter.
Here's Halliburton. It's wide right. Hits off the rim. They can take their time if they want.
Yes, you have to regroup. Make sure you get a good shot.
Pass to Smart. Back to Bradley. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
They have a relentless mentality, even with the game in total control.
No let up with these guys. They're going for the throat now.
Away team.
And it's out of bounds to Cleveland.
Substitution on the court.
Honestly, if you're the defense, you should be ashamed not coming up with a steal on that pass.
A minute 4 left to play in the fourth quarter. Sinks the tray. Doncic has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
When he gets a quality look like this at the perimeter, he can almost be automatic.
Hardaway with it. Oubre picks him up. Smart for 3. And the rebound goes to Cleveland. In transition. And here's Doncic outside. Covington grabs the board. And here's New York now.
Away team foul.
They're on a 16-7 run.
First personal foul. Third team foul.
First free throw is good.
A 3-and-D wing. Covington's skill set is perfect for how players and teams play the game today.
And Cleveland has possession. Down by 15. Halliburton looking for an opening. Collins left side. Wallace outside. Off target from three-point range. The drive by Smart. Boom! He jams it straight down. Out of bounds. It'll be New York's ball.
Hurts to see that kind of mistake. Coach is going to be on him about that one.
On the court.
And the call will be against Kelly Oubre. That's his first foul of the game. We're in the bonus now, and they'll go to the line.
Fourth team foul.
The first one falls.
At the line for your home team, Shane Gilgeous-Alexander.
Both free throws good from Gilgeous-Alexander. So New York wins it. They didn't have too many problems tonight.
They didn't. Just a tremendous team effort. Once they had that big lead, they were not going to let the visitors back into the game.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Richard Jefferson, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
It's the NBA on 2K Sports. With Coach Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge is with us as well. Here we go. And so off the tip, it's New York. And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. He's ready to talk things through with the team.
And as fans and broadcasters, we're not permitted to hear the specifics in these huddles.
Well, as a coach, you want to cover just one or two major points. That way guys can absorb it and go out and execute.
Let's keep it going, fans.
And so it's New York with it. Brown outside. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. To the middle. Brown. And the shot goes in.
And the fireworks begin. Should be an amazing show tonight.
Yeah, and it's important to get that first score quickly and establish your game.
Pass to Bullard. Left side, Beal. Just 5 to shoot. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And there's not an area on the floor where Beal can't do damage. He is a handful for any defense he goes up against.
Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side, but when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media, but people in the know how good of a defender he is.
I'm sure they don't want to send him to the line. That has to be in their scouting.
First personal foul. First team foul.
And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Here's Diaw. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
Oh, the mid-range is a tough spot, but Diaw knocks it down with ease.
The kick out to Brown. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Brown. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 5 now.
This is why SGA is a focal point of this offense, because of that ability to score.
Takes it inside. It's Beal on the wing. 6 to shoot. Over Holiday. Beal can't get it to go.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And it's slammed in by Holiday.
And Holiday's nimbleness gets him to the hoop on that one. His athletic ability is off the charts.
Here's Bullard. Pass to Diaw. From the arc. Goes back up. And Kwame Brown picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Team foul. Checking in for Albuquerque.
1:37 left in the first. Out of bounds. New York takes possession.
The ball goes to New York. Checking in for Albuquerque.
Gilgeous-Alexander with it. 5 points in the game. And Covington sends it back. .119 left in the first quarter. To the inside. Duran pulls up on the wing. And the shot falls short this time. New York leading by 5. On the wing, Holiday. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. New York, no good that time either. And so it's Cunningham with it. He brings it up for Albuquerque. Out left to the wing. Good ball movement here by Albuquerque. 4 on the clock. Albuquerque needs to get a shot off it. That one rolling around and rims out. 30 seconds left here in the first quarter. Green. Rebound by Albuquerque. Pass to Kaminsky. Now here's Exum. In the corner, it's Duran. Outside, Covington. Duran a screen. Covington's shot is off. And that concludes the first quarter of play. New York ahead, up by 5. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And what stands out to you from New York in this one?
In that first period, they showed a willingness to make the extra pass.
Yeah, it's the kind of offense every coach loves to see. Selfless and smart.
And stays ready and reacts quickly. Covington is an ideal catch-and-shoot scoring option.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He makes that one drop, only a second and 5 tries.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Now here's Beal. Lets it go from deep. Trains the three-pointer. Beal's got 5.
Staggering accuracy from Beal. Goes up from deep range and makes a tough shot look easy. Hey, dunks aren't always for the big fella.
A serious power move from the point.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
Back to Green. Pass to Heinrich. Outside, Covington. It's stolen by Green. Lays it in off the pretty alley-oop.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
Now here's Heinrich. Nothing on the board. 5 on the clock. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That one on Gilgeous-Alexander.
And the athleticism of Covington is tough to contain, which is why the D overcommits like that.
And Albuquerque making a change here.
Well, you have to appreciate a big man who can step up to the line and knock it down with confidence.
Here's Brown. The wide open look here for Holiday. And it's rebounded by Covington. Albuquerque trails by 4. Beal with it. Now Green defending. Left side, Covington. It's rebounded by New York. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And Holiday has it in the corner. And it's slammed in by Holiday.
Nice find by Gilgeous-Alexander. He reads the floor so well.
And it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. We've got 1:18 left in the second quarter. And one of the most respected players in the NBA is Drew Holiday.
Yeah, Kevin, he's a three-time Teammate of the Year award winner. He's also a Sportsmanship Award winner. He is a pro's pro.
And with a smooth, fluid release, Beal's jumper does wonders for his team's offensive positioning.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 9 points in the game so far. Good on the shot. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 6 points in the quarter. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for Albuquerque. It's a 5-point game. Over to the wing. Good ball movement here by Albuquerque. Clock at 6. Offensive rebound. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And there's the call on Jones. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 11 points in the game. To the paint. It's stolen by Duren. And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Second team foul. Substitution on the court.
Just 4 seconds left to play in the first half. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. New York leads by 3. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Pass to Diaw. The fader. And it's Wade with the rebound. And Kirk Hinrich picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
New York leading by 3. Smart deciding where to go with it. Outside Hardaway. There's the pick. Wade outside. And it's off from three-point range. Outside Beal. Pass to Hinrich. And it's Bradley with the rebound. Here's New York. 3-point lead. Wade. And it's good off the glass. Wade's got his team on the board first here in the second half for New York. Now Beal. And Covington sends it back. And Wade now top of the key. Back to Covington. They set the pick. It's Bradley on the wing. Shot clock at 6. Back to Wade. Over Hartenstein. And it's Wade again missing. Albuquerque trails by 5. Hartenstein can't get it to go. Wade on the wing. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Well, you like how aggressive he is making a play at the rim against length.
Yeah, showing absolutely zero fear as he goes right at the bigger defender.
And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Cunningham right side. Inside. Nice pass. Right into the rack perfectly for the layup. Cunningham's got his first basket.
And this is the beauty of Cunningham. He can score from anywhere on the floor. That length, obviously, a huge advantage.
Albuquerque trails by 6. And here's Covington from the arc. Covington wide open. He fires. New York, no good that time either. And so here's Albuquerque. They kick it out to Green. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. And now just a 3-point New York lead. Smart goes in. Covington with it. Now Green defending. It's stolen by Cunningham. Outside Green. Here's Curry. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grind-it-out game.
Driving inside.
And this is where Smart's at his best, being aggressive, going towards the rim.
Cunningham's shot is off. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. For New York, they had gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight. And Albuquerque making a change here. New York leading by 4. Hardaway up top. Going inside. The shot by Wade, wide open. New York, no good that time either. And here's Covington. Pass to Exum. Duran a screen. Wow, huge buzzer beater.
I did not think he was going to get that off in time.
He released it just in the nick of time. What a shot.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. New York ahead. And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the 4th quarter. New York with the ball. It's a 1-point game. Left side, Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Brown. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Pass to Covington to tie it up. And again, Albuquerque with the triple.
You can see their confidence growing. They have reason to believe.
Yeah, they're in this one. They have some momentum on their side, and they just need to keep up the intensity.
Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Over in the corner, Brown. Clock at 4. New York needs to get off a shot. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander missing. And Albuquerque with the possession. Covington's shot is off. Brown outside. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Free throw good from Brown.
Taking 2 shots.
And Brown drops them both. And it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. And that timeout by Coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. Both teams will make substitutions. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey guys, during the last timeout, I listened to Nick Nurse talk to his team. Now he reminded his team, keep looking for the deep ball. If the three is there, take it. You've done a good job getting those looks, so keep taking them. Back to you guys.
Thanks so much, David. Count it. Beal's got it all tied up now for Albuquerque.
And wow, what a time to tie this game up, guys.
It took a while, but they've chipped away, and now it's anyone's game.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Rebound by Albuquerque.
You got to finish at the rim right there. You hate seeing those opportunities go to waste.
Green with the block. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. And they're on the break. Back to Holiday. Here's the screen to the wing on the left. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Burke.
Yeah, easy call.
So the first one drops, and that gives them the lead. Second one is good. Getting both at the line. It's a 2-point ball game.
Well, that's what you expect from him in this situation.
Pass to Exum. To the left side wing. Good ball movement here by Albuquerque. Beal taking his time here. Rebound by Drew Holiday.
I'm sure he'd like to have that back. That's a missed opportunity.
And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Curry with the defensive effort.
Well, the defense was right where they needed to be to stop the layup. Great awareness and effort.
Now, here's Diaz. Left side, Beal. Oh, wow, a huge basket to tie the game.
That is world class.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Rebound by Albuquerque. Pass to Beal. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
Sometimes the action speeds up on you a little too much. Two teammates not on the same wavelength there.
Green, the screen. And Burke has it in the corner. There's 14 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Outside, Covington. Right between the eyes.
And talk about a terrific stroke. The defense was hoping that a three ball that deep wasn't going in.
And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. And let's get your take, guys. What's the strategy?
And with this much time, they should be able to draw up a play and get themselves a decent look from the three-point line. Still, the D is going to be waiting for it in a contested three. Never an easy shot.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. Oh, he had a chance there to send it to overtime, but they come up empty-handed. And so Albuquerque takes the win. That was a fun night of basketball. Fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
And there are so many times when you see these tight games won at home, that advantage of having that crowd behind you oftentimes is the ultimate X factor.
And that about wraps it up. So now for Greg Anthony, Stan Van Gundy, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later. Welcome to 2K Sports. We have the NBA coming up. Great to have you with us. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson, with David Aldridge roaming the sideline. So New York wins the tip. Down low, here's Burke. The kick out to Holiday. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Burke. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And great awareness of the situation. Gilgeous-Alexander sensing the chance for the steal and just taking it straight up on the break.
Now here's Beal. They set the pick. Heinrich, right side. 6 to shoot. Back to Beal. Pass to Boar. Heinrich outside. A second chance effort. It's rebounded by New York. Left side, Gilgeous-Alexander. The kick out to Holiday. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. That one's off. He's now 1 for 2.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Outside, Beal. And the foul on Drew Holiday. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Hartenstein inside. Pass to Boar. Ball's knocked loose. And Kwame Brown picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
Just about 2 minutes into the game. First quarter of basketball. A floater. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Albuquerque shooting their first free throws of this game. Hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. Here's Holiday. And it's slammed in by Holiday.
And Holiday's nimbleness gets him to the hoop on that one. His athletic ability is off the charts.
Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side. But when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media. People in the know how good of a defender he is.
A big group substitution here for Albuquerque.
For a star like him, you get lots of opportunities at the line, and he's great at cashing them in.
Pass to Kaminsky. Three-pointer. Rebounded by Brown. New York leading by 5. Jeff Green on the wing. Burke with it. On the wing, Holiday. New York moving it around. Here's Covington. Green with the rebound. .58 seconds left in the first quarter. Back to Brown. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. To the paint. And Green slams it in.
And Green getting off the floor there for the dunk. Really like watching him sky up for those.
Kaminsky with the screen. And that comes off the assist by Exum.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
Brown outside. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. They kick it out to Green. They grab their own miss. Second chance shot. Misses off the left iron.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And it's blocked by Brown. Gets it off. And we reach the end of the first quarter. New York leads by 5. We'll take a quick break, then get you back to the action. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for New York?
So far, they haven't had to force anything. They're swinging the ball around and turning good passing into points.
And the other thing I've been impressed with, guys, is their assertiveness at attacking the paint, trying to hunt for those high percentage looks.
To the middle. Covington with the steal. It's Covington on the wing. This one for 3. And again, Albuquerque with the triple.
Does so much for his team's spacing. Opponents have to respect Covington's deep ball.
Gilgeous-Alexander. It's stolen by Heinrich. Outside, Covington. It's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for New York. They trail by 1. To the inside. Covington with the steal. Floats it up for Curry. It's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. And Holiday, here we go. And it's slammed in by Holiday.
And how about the burst there of speed from Holiday on the drive, zipping in before the D can rotate.
Heinrich outside. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. For the finish. And finish off by Brown.
Nice find by Gilgeous-Alexander. He reads the floor so well.
It's Covington on the wing. Here we go. And the dunk by Covington.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammate.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Inside. Here's Green. And Green slams it in.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
Number 32.
1:49 left in the first half. Now Heinrich. No scoring in this one. Over in the corner, Green. Shot clock at 5. Green with the rebound.
Credit the defensive effort there, not giving him room to operate.
Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Green with the block. And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession. Several teams changing it up here. And so here is New York. 3-point lead. Just 5 on the clock. New York needs to get off a shot. Wade for 3. Another miss by Wade. And so here's Albuquerque. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter. Outside, Jones. And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Oh, trying for it. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Bradley.
Number 0,
great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
Yeah, I think he was hoping to maybe even get the steal, but I agree. He still got a good outcome.
Now, here's Diaz. He has yet to score. They kick it out to Green. Albuquerque again can't hit it. New York leading by 3. Right side Holiday. Pass to Bradley. Takes it off the glass.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Up top, Exum. Outside, Jones. And that comes off the assist by Exum. Jones has got his first 3 points of the game.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. New York ahead. They lead by a bucket. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Pass to Hartenstein. Shot clock at 6. Now Diaw. Over Green. Diaw can't hit. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. They kick it out to Green. Connects from three-point range. Green's got 7 points in the game.
And that's on the defense there. Gotta know the scouting report and understand that he loves his shot.
High post shot. And that one is good from Bradley Beal. Beal's got his first points in this one.
The smooth shooting mechanics of Beal on full display, knocking down that J.
Bradley. A shot by Holiday. Nobody around. And again, New York with the triple.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
And it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. He wants to talk to his guys. Over a minute gone here in the second half. Pass to Hartenstein. And here is Beal. Covington with the steal. All alone. And the dunk by Covington.
Incredible. Part of the reason Covington is so valued is because of that two-way ability.
Here's Beal. Here's Durant. That's good. And so Beal with the assist.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Here's Smart. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Look, that's going to happen when Smart gets in there with those trees. If you're a little too aggressive, things can happen.
That one misses. Albuquerque trails by 7. Beal with it. And Holiday picks him up defensively. Right side, Beal. Pass to Exum. Screen by Hartenstein. In the corner, it's Duran. Clock is at 3. Albuquerque needs to get a shot off it. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. .139 left in the third quarter of the game. Now here is Holiday. Count that one. Holiday's got the lead up to 9 now for New York.
Look, Smart's offensive impact, sometimes that's the underrated aspect of his game. But he is a legit two-way player. His ability in the pick and roll is something that is always a positive thing for his team.
Now, here's Covington. He's got 8. 4 on the shot clock. And he drives in and finished off by Exum.
That should give him a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt, GA.
And they need more where that came from. They're not out of this hole yet.
Here's Holiday. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Holiday's got 7 now in this quarter.
Oh, a nifty finisher. You didn't think Holiday would back down inside, did you?
It's good.
He saw a path to the rim, and he took it. The defense just couldn't stop him.
And Holiday, here we go. And here's Smart. And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession.
The ball goes to your home team. Substitution on the court.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Wade outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Back to Covington. Bradley trying to break free. Second shot opportunity. With the clock winding down. Can't capitalize inside. It's Curry with the drive.
He just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Puts up a deep 3. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And we've reached the end of the third. New York leads by 5. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter, what is still anybody's ballgame. And it's Smart with the ball for New York. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Out to Wade. No good on the triple.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
To the inside. Alarm. And the foul on Marcus Smart. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Here's Green. Pass to Cunningham. Good ball movement here by Albuquerque. And Green gets it to go. Green's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for Albuquerque. Outside, Smart. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Jeff Green picks one up.
What a slash right there from Smart. So good at putting defenders in tough spots.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. Here's Heinrich. Pass to Cunningham. Clock at 6. And Cunningham with the slam.
Just a special offensive talent. We don't see guys like Cunningham come through the league that often.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for New York.
Look, it's not just about forcing a turnover, guys. It's about converting them in those opportunities and cashing them in.
And they've really been able to get out in transition and produce. The defense hasn't had an answer for this up-tempo pace.
That is impressive. Marcus Smart just punishing the defense with that finish.
New York leading by 3. Down low. And the dunk by Covington.
Emphatic points from Covington. Dunks and threes. Baskets every team needs. That's what Robert brings to the table.
And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. He has decided it's the right time to talk. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Well, during that break, Coach Nick Nurse talked to his team. Now, he reminded his team, keep looking for the deep ball. If the three is there, take it. You've done a good job getting those looks, so keep taking them. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. Back to Exum. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Holiday.
Away team ball.
Got a piece of it. Taken away by Holiday. Here's Wade. And Wade slams it in.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play. Then the emphatic stuff.
Once he poked it away, you knew what was on his mind.
Albuquerque again can't hit it. And that's a foul. Called on Bradley Beal. That'll be his second foul of the game. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's denied. And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Wade at the elbow. To the paint. Here's Holiday. And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession. And so here is New York. Clock at 4. Gilgeous-Alexander. That's a two-pointer. And finally they hit one. Gilgeous-Alexander's got the lead up to 9 now for New York. Here's Exum. There's the drive. Third minute of action now on here in the fourth.
First personal foul. 13 foul.
So the first one drops, and that will push the lead to double digits.
Robert Covington.
And he makes both free throws. 1:07 left in the fourth quarter. Exum deciding where to go with it. It's Beal on the wing. They need this. Ricks the dunk off the deceptive pump fake. Here's Holiday. And slammed in by Holiday.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And that score probably slams the door for any would-be comebacks. And look, they put this one to bed.
Here's Beal. Fades away. A shot off that time. And so here is New York. This is the most they've led by, 13 points. And Dante Exum picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
At the line for your home team, True Holiday.
That's good from Holiday.
Taking 2 points.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Covington with the steal. Left side, Bradley. And he uses the glass on the lane. So no problem for New York as they get the win. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home, no doubt helps. And the execution was flawless.
And that'll do it, folks. Along with Greg Anthony, Richard Jefferson, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Hunter. Thank you for watching tonight's presentation on 2K Sports. We'll see you later. Hi, everyone. Time to get into it. NBA action on 2K Sports. Joined in the booth with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. Our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. So New York wins the tip. Brown outside. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. The screen from Brown. High, arcing shot. And finished off by Brown.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
Oh, his competitiveness right now is why the teammates love him.
Taken away by Holiday. And now it's Brown running. He can go all the way.
Quick, active hands. Holiday knows a thing or two about collecting some steals.
And so Doncic will bring it up for New York. 4-point game. Outside Carter. The shot's good on the assist by Doncic.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Greg, you think about oversized point guards, and the gold standard has always been Magic Johnson. Now you look at Luka Doncic, and he's certainly big for that position.
Definitely some positive similarities, right? But the big difference is one of those guys has 5 rings, and that's not a knock on Doncic. This is a team sport, but Magic's ability to affect winning was right there with another NBA, Michael Jordan.
Gilgeous-Alexander, a very, very good ball handler, and when he explodes at that size, creates problems.
Trains the three-pointer.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
How about the vertical of Gilgeous-Alexander, a guard who can get up and throw it down.
Pass to Edwards. On the wing, Doncic. It's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. The wide open look here for Holiday. His three-pointer is off the mark. On the wing, Doncic. Off target from outside. Brown outside. The layup off target. Edwards looking it over.
Team foul.
Welcome, everybody, to another presentation of the NBA Live on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me tonight, Greg Anthony and Coach Stan Van Gundy. And on the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Here we go.
So New York wins the tip. Here's Brown. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
Just the first good move in a game of chess between these two coaches.
Yeah, now we get to see the counter play. How you respond is half the battle out there.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. And he drives in. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And attacking with all that length. And when Giannis drives, he's either scoring or at least getting the foul.
Both shots good from the stripe.
And he's shown a great touch at the line. They've tested the big guy, but he's come through.
Pass to Burke. Puts up a deep three. And Curry pulls it down.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
That's one of those heat check shots, and heat check is a synonym for bad shot.
6 to shoot. Giannis outside. And Jokic wide open. He shoots. And a miss there on the triple. Last season, Stan, Jokic passed LeBron's all-time triple-double mark. And he did it stunningly in 813 fewer games.
Yeah, now it's really possible, Kevin, that he's going to end up at the top of that triple-double list by the time his career's over. He's got the big O and Westbrook in his sights. You know, don't sell this guy short. He can do it almost any night.
First quarter, just over a minute played. The kick out to LeBron. No good with the triple. Here's New York. Pass to Burke. Back to Holiday. Out to the right wing. 6 on the shot clock. To the inside. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Curry with it. He's picked up by Gilgeous-Alexander. Now here's Antetokounmpo. LeBron outside. Just 5 to shoot. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander missing. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for New York. Pass to Green. Here's Brown. And then Brown with the dunk.
Oh, fantastic dunk. And he hangs around up there just for a little camera time.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to land awkwardly. Who knows? But there he is, and we see it very clearly. Now here's Curry. Drills the three-pointer.
Curry is just lethal from outside.
Gilgeous-Alexander deciding where to go with it. And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
Outside for Curry. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Curry's got 6 points.
I mean, the range is just unreal. Curry can make even the toughest shots look easy. And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Here's Jokic. After the made shot from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Jokic. On its way from Curry for 2. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
I mean, what can we say about Steph's jumper that hadn't already been said? Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots. Off to a good start.
Stronger than he looks. Curry able to take the hit there and finish.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Uses the glass to finish the layup. He has 6.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
It's been all about Stephen Curry for the Stars. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. And we've got more on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And taking a look at Indianapolis's performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
In that first period, they showed a willingness to make the extra pass.
Yeah, it's the kind of offense every coach loves to see. Selfless and smart.
The Stars with the lead. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Still without a basket. And it's Jokic in the corner. To the paint. They get a hand on it. Kicks it out to James. Fires from deep. It's rebounded by New York.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here's Burke. An easy 2 points on the layup.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Now Curry. Kicks it out to James. LeBron powering in. You know, it's inevitable that a player's physical abilities diminish over the course of a career. But the thing that stands out to me about LeBron James is that he never lost his insatiable drive to win. Guys, if anything, he's gotten stronger.
The feel LeBron has for the game, unreal. Whatever situation he finds himself in, he always seems to have an answer.
And here's Holiday. Pass to Brown. Back to Holiday. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
Oh, how about the slam there from Gilgeous-Alexander? He loves getting that type of positioning down low.
And Gilgeous-Alexander, here we go. The kick out to Brown. Holiday with the three. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. And a fast break now for New York.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Up top, Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Green. Takes a three. The Stars with the rebound.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Now, Gilgeous-Alexander. Giannis right side. Outside Curry. Offline with his three. And so Green will bring it up for New York. In the second quarter, they've given up just 3 points. And there's a call on James. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul. Substitution on the court.
1:24 left to play here in the second quarter.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Pass to Payton. Ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Green. And it's Green slamming it down.
And Green getting off the floor there for the dunk. Really like watching him sky up for those.
Verazia with it. Sefolosha has the open look. And once again off the mark by the Stars. Here's Green. Pass to Burke. Outside Holiday. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. 2-for-1 chance here.
Let's see if they use the clock to their advantage.
Oh, and the jam by Payton.
And how about the quickness on display there for Payton, especially when he's slicing to the basket.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 6 points for him. Right wing. Here's Burke. A three-pointer off the mark. Sefolosha with it. He has yet to score. with 1 on the clock. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. It's Indianapolis up 1. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily.
17.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Now, here's Payton. Picked by Varejao. Payton drives in. Pass to Varejao. It's stolen by Green. A shot by Holiday. Nobody around. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Holiday's got the lead up to 2 now for New York. Here's Payton. Oubre outside. Driving the lane. Just 4 to shoot. Banked in off the glass.
Crafty at cashing in from there. Oubre Jr. enjoys working on his interior game when given the opportunity.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 6 points for him. There's the triple. Varejao comes up with the rebound. Down low. Here's Cephalosha. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Jeff Green picks one up.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Cephalosha hits both of them.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Smart, wide open, he fires. A three-pointer, no good. Here's Payton. And the rejection by Bradley. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Here's Payton. Here's Perkins. Blocked again. And they blow the whistle for a foul. He was trying to disrupt the fast break opportunity. For New York, they have gone 0 for 1 at the line. This is their second trip to the line tonight. New York trailing. Pass to Wade. Here's Smart. The shot's good on the assist by Wade. Smart's got himself on the board with 3 there. A great competitive game so far.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Payton. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Here's Smart. Fires the 3. And again, New York with the triple.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
It's Payton, high post. Pass to Varejao. Back to Payton. To stop the run. Clock at 6. And he sinks the layup.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Lead from outside. And it's Indianapolis with the rebound. Payton outside. Pass to Cephalosha. Oubre on the wing. And the rejection by Bradley. Here's Cephalosha. And the layup is good. Cephalosha's got 4 points this quarter.
Yeah, I'd call this ideal scoring distance. It's almost too easy.
Covington. Back to Smart. New York moving the ball around. Covington's shot is off.
Well, that's what the defense has to do. Make that shot as uncomfortable for him as possible.
Pass to Verjao. To the middle. Here's Cephalosha. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Cephalosha's got 6.
Putting that pass right in his stride. Didn't have to slow up and was able to complete the play.
Indianapolis making some changes. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Pass to Jokic. Back to Curry. Stolen by Smart. Wade with no one around. 3/4 of play in a close game here. Stars lead by 1. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports.
27.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the 4th quarter. And so it's Smart who brings up the ball for New York. Outside Hardaway. Wade outside. The 3. Pass to Hardaway. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. Here's James. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. James looking around. Shot clock at 6. The Stars need to get off a shot. Offensive rebound. Here's Antetokounmpo. Oh, Antetokounmpo! Explosive on the drive.
Watch out. Antetokounmpo might be soft-spoken, but he's got a mean streak when it comes to attacking the hoop.
3-pointer, Wade. And he's good on the 3-ball. Wade's got the game tied up here for New York. Pass to Giannis. Curry with a wide-open look. Good. And it's Giannis picking up the assist.
And you got the feeling that was coming. Curry loves coming back with a 3 of his own.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Stars.
Well, the mid-range has been open for them, so you've got to take what the defense gives, and that's been a great attack in this situation.
And another area they've separated themselves has been their 3-point shooting, making the defense pay for any airspace.
Inside. Outside Curry. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Hardaway with the steal. And here we go. Here's Wade. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Wade's got 5 points in the quarter. And guys, here in the 4th quarter, still a close game.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
Now here's Curry. To the middle. LeBron outside. Back to Jokic. Like at 6. 3-pointer. And Indianapolis another 3.
And with a limitless jump shot, the elusive ball handling skills, Curry can get a bucket pretty much whenever he wants.
Now here's Smart. And slam dunk by Smart.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? Outside for Curry. Pass to James. Driving to the basket. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And LeBron used to getting hit. This is the level of attention this man attracts from the D.
Second one is good. And both at the line. It's a 2-point ball game.
Guys, that was critical. I mean, that's what we're used to seeing out of him, though, at moments like this.
And Smart with the drive. Now Hardaway. Back to Wade. Down low. Here's Smart. Rebounded by the Stars.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Curry. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Hardaway with the steal.
This isn't a done deal yet, but they have got to move quick.
Yeah, this one isn't over, but they can't afford to waste any time now.
And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. No doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now in terms of strategy here. Any thoughts?
And they've got plenty of time to get a basket.
No doubt, but they might have to draw up something that the defense isn't expecting.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Billy Donovan's huddle with his team. Now, he emphasized it's anybody's game right now. He told his guys to focus on finishing the task at hand and not to get distracted. He wants them to go out there and play with authority. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Oh, wow. Unable to get a shot off in time, and they turn it over. A very unfortunate time there to pick up the shot clock violation. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. From deep, James. No good. And so the big win by Indianapolis in a tight game. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate an entire building.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. So for Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.